Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to be discussing the old Yaquinto game Close Assault. It was made in 1983 and it was designed by S. Craig Taylor. Close Assault is a tactical war game simulating World War II combat at its most basic level, that of man-to-man. The basic playing piece represents a single soldier. Let's see. The game comes in an album type format, typical of Yaquinto games from that era. It's got a cardboard map, various sizes of counters, a couple rule books, and a bunch of charts and tables. I'm going to just be playing with the basic game here to start with. I'll probably add a few advanced rules to it once in a while to spice it up a little bit. But other than that, pretty much just going to stick with the basics. I'll probably include a small variant that I came up with, see if it works. If it doesn't, well, I'll discard it and try something else. Anyway, I'll give you a quick view of the counters and of the map. It also has movable terrain features. If the thing will allow me to switch to telephoto. It always seems to be kind of tricky on that. Let's see here. Alright, that's not going to do it, is it? I'll see if I can swing it over to telephoto anyway. I don't know if we're going to get a clear shot here or not. Oh, modern technology is so much fun. Okay, it's not wanting to switch over to telephoto on me, which greatly disturbs me. Okay. Well, anyway, I think you can get a small impression of what the counters and stuff looks like. You can tell that they're pretty thick. That represents a building there, the square to the right. There's some woods there, and I have a couple of soldiers right there next to the woods. They're just there for demonstration purposes. Let me come back and I'll try to get a close-up view of these. Okay, well, I got the telephoto to work a little bit better. Actually, I got the telephoto to actually come on. So, I think you can see right here, if we get a the autofocus works. The unit on the left is a light machine gun. The number on the lower right-hand portion of the counter just represents a numerical ID, just so you know which soldier's which. And the unit on the right is a submachine gun. And it too has a numerical ID on it. These are your basic guys, and they will be your main units that you'll be using. Here we can see, if I can keep it in focus, a typical building piece. It's got doors and windows, and I think it's got like a little gravel driveway there or something, or well, I'm not really sure what that is. Anyway, off to its side is some more woods, and down below is a small hill, which it looks like I could probably move it down there a little better so it fits the hex grid. And it's got other types of terrain like rough and broken and scrub and stuff like that. Over here we have my German units that are going to be coming in. This is going to be just a made-up, homemade scenario of Germans versus Russians around the start of Barbarossa, I guess. I have about 10 units, and the Russians have about 12. There's a road there, a little intersection, house, some more trees, and so on and so forth. Okay. This is where the Russian units may or may not be. For a solitaire game, I basically have put the Russians, if I can find them here, Take the zoom back a little bit. Oops. Back would be the way to go. I've taken the various Russian units and I have assigned them to a number. Assigned a number to them, and I've also assigned numbers to these blank pieces of paper on the back. There's more of the blanks than there are the actual Russian squads, or yeah, Russian soldiers, but that's just to help confuse me as to who's where. I will basically, when my units come within line of sight of the Russian units, I will then reveal them, and the Russian units can then perform their actions and stuff. So until then, it's going to be kind of I don't know where they're at, and that type of thing. That house is going to be the objective for the Germans, and since in the basic rules units are supposed to set up within 5 hexes of the map edge, that's kind of what I've done here. So the Russians are not necessarily defending the house per se, they're just in positions near the house, and once they determine that if that is the German objective, they will begin movement towards it once they're detected and everything. So when I come back, I hope to begin turn 1. So until then, see ya. Okay, I did want to run over real quickly the sequence of play before I get started later. The game uses a chit draw mechanic to determine which side may perform an impulse. The number of sequence chits drawn and the number of impulses per chit is determined by nationality, type of unit, and the year of the units that are involved in the battle. For the basic game, both sides have 3 sequence chits labeled A, B, and C, and can use 2 impulses each time their sequence chit is randomly drawn from a container. So basically, come back out here, and what's going in. Okay, in this cup, I put their sequence chits. Just going to give you an example of what they are. There's 3 for each side. There's a B in there somewhere. And they're all going to go in the container. There's 3 for each side, 3 sequence chits. And what this is going to be is it's going to be kind of a random deal. We're going to draw a chit out. And now that's the Russian chit, A. Now the Russian player can activate basically he has 2 impulses. He can spend 1 impulse per soldier or 1 impulse per stack. And these impulses are, each impulse has 4 movement actions or movement points per impulse, which are spent to move, fire, change the stance, position, etc. of the soldiers. So this unit, let's say we activate him as one of our 2 impulses, and we want to move him. Let's put him up on the board. Might make a little bit more sense and make a little make it a little bit clearer, I guess. Find out where that is. Okay, all units have to face a hex side. Okay, and all units have to be in focus. Okay, well, some people should not be allowed to use technology. It could be dangerous. Alright, we're on telephoto now. You can give me a nice, crisp, clear shot any day now. It says it's on wide, but I don't believe it for a moment. Okay, there, hey. All still here now. Almost got you. Sorry for this. Okay. If that unit ever comes into focus, I'll be ready to show you a little bit about how they move and change stance and stuff. So, we wait, we wait, we wait. Oh, these fancy cameras. Good enough. We'll go with that. So he has 4 movement actions, or 4 movement factors, whatever, to expend. And there is a chart on the back of the basic rules, which, hopefully I can show this to you, which defines what they can and cannot do. This is the type of action. Can't see this, of course. But anyway, each type of action, changing stance from prone to crouch to standing, to change a hex, to fire, all that stuff requires one of those 4 action points or whatever. You can call them whatever you want, action points, movement points, whatever. So, we have the Russian unit there. Let's say he wants to move forwards towards that tree. He's basically standing, so he'll just move 1, 2, and then 3. If he had moved 4 hexes, he'd be considered running. So let's start him back here off map, and let's say he's gone 1, 2, 3, and 4. He would be marked with a running marker, which I don't have any out, of course. Anyway, he'd be considered running. And he's considered upright because he has no marker on him. Let's say he wanted to go from standing to prone. Basically just drop and hit the dirt. That's going to cost him 2 of his movement factors. And then we mark him as prone. You can either put that on him or just set it next to him. Because basically it's one of those Pollard chits. You get the P for prone, C for crouch. Not sure what the M or U is for, but anyway, a unit without a chit is supposed to be upright or standing, whatever. So now he's prone, and he has 2 more movement points he could use, let's say. So he could move, now let's see, a prone character to enter a new hex costs 2, or actually costs 3, so he cannot move any further this turn. Next turn he could move or spend 3 of his points to move 1 hex, crawling across the ground like that. So anyway, that just gives you a really basic idea of what's going to be going on. So when I come back, I will hopefully begin turn 1.